You know the vibes. www.daymcomic.com, DAYMCOMIC.com. Click the link below. Order your comic books right now. They're dropping in a few months. Don't be without one.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm going to wait for people to join. Welcome to yet another Tuesday together. I'm going to wait while folks start to get on. I'm putting together and looking. Oh, hi, Rodney Jerkins. Lovely to see you. Hi. Really exciting to have you aboard. The master is aboard. So that's very exciting. Okay. I'm just going through some questions. I have the questions that you guys have submitted. And of course, you guys know you can put some up as well. So that'll be really exciting. This episode was bananas, I know. So I'm very excited to talk to you guys about it. Oh, hello, Soror. Very, very happy. Hi, Paris. You guys, Paris Morgan is on. I know you guys are just starting to join, but Paris Morgan is on, who plays Yasmin this season and last season, and she's a tremendous little actress. Oh, that's so sweet. All hail the queen, making time for the fans. You know what? To be honest with you guys are the best part of my job. You're the best part. I mean, I love writing, but like dealing with the fans, being with the fans. Oh my God, Brandon Michael Hall is in the building. If you guys remember him, he was actually in the Tate episode. I think that was 614 with Cedric the Entertainer as his dad. Okay, so let's see. I guess I'm gonna get started now. Can I get started? It's like, I guess, wait, like another minute? Okay, I'll give it another minute. Okay. Do not end Power seasons and sequels. I will tell stars to not end them. I will do my best. I love that people are hailing Paris Morgan. That is so great. I'm really excited. Okay, let's see. Please let Paris be the last Yasmin we are tired of recasting. I agree. I think that is perfect. We had to age her up because we really wanted Yasmin to be a real character in the show. So, we needed to get an actress who was sort of older and could really interact, and Paris is doing a great job. Okay, so let's see. Go Blue Mark said Kanan is Mecca's dad too. That was hilarious. That's wonderful. Okay. I'm going to start with some of the questions that already came in. Thank you to Uncle Tacticus, who said, congratulations on the Netflix mood. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so does Brayden know how dangerous Tariq is? Well, this is a really great question, because I think when you like somebody, and at least this has been my experience with a lot of people in my life, actually, when they are vicious and awful to other people, you kind of minimize the danger to yourself. And so, yes, absolutely. Someone asked, was it my choice to leave and go to Netflix? Absolutely. As you guys have heard, and I've given in a bunch of interviews, when I was putting together the Power Universe itself, like doing all of that together in 2020 and 21, getting all the shows on the air together, really, as much as I love the Power Universe and I love Ghost, which was the show I was showrunning at the time, it became a little bit of air traffic control. It wasn't as much fun, and I wasn't writing. I didn't get to do as much like real, open Apple and screen, like blank screenwriting. I did a lot of rewriting, but I wasn't getting to do those things, and it was going to actually stifle my creativity. I was going to end up doing the same thing over and over again. And as a writer, and I know some of you are writers out there, it is so important to stay creative and stay inspired. So that is part of what was up. Okay. So does Brayden know how dangerous Tariq is? Yes, he does, but he doesn't think it will ever be aimed at him. I cannot promise that is true, but Brayden does believe that he is immune to Tariq's violence at the very least. Okay, let's see. Ed00E asks, will Monet have some family beef because of her old fling? Well, I'm pretty much guessing that if her kids found out that someone she used to be with is back in the world and she's spending time with him, they might not feel so good about that. But, that's a guess. We'll see who else or how else that could get played out. Let's see. Who is currently running Truth by Huey Bueller? I like your name, Huey Bueller. I think I addressed this before, but Simon Stern owns Truth right now. Okay, let's see. Kane is doing the most. Absolutely. That is true. Whose idea was it to make Zeke's character this goofy? I missed your name. Let me see if I can find your name. Okay, Ms. May 20th. Oh my goodness, you joined really, really early, Ms. May 20th. I don't know if you consider yourself a fellow Taurus, but if you do, I'm down. Well, Zeke is supposed to be simple. He's supposed to be a basketball player. And someone, I mean, if you go back to episode 101, he says the schools he went to, no one wanted him to read. No one invested in his education. And I mean that in two ways. One, his actual education, and two, his street education, which he should have gotten from his auntie, but she was busy protecting him. Does Ms. Beauty NW, Northwest maybe? Does Tariq like any of the three girls, or is he using each of them for personal gain? Tariq likes each of them for different reasons. And they reflect different parts of who he is. So no, Tariq is he's not really a player. And I don't know if you guys notice, we don't really play him like that. Like he's not busy like texting different girls and all that stuff. He's not really a player. Okay, let's see. Okay, Bing Josh _ says the cinematography this season is excellent. How do you guys come up with the look? Well, originally back in Power days, we had started with Anthony Hemingway, the incredible shiny boots, who I hope joins us at some point for one of these. But he was the director of the pilot of Power, book 1. And so we really started with that look back then. And we've kind of continued that forward in terms of making it aspirational, rich, luscious, really fun to look at. We want the show to be fun to watch. So that's amazing. Mohammed 72, I love Lakeisha Grant. I was upset when she died. Me too. And not just because I was upset that Lakeisha died, but it meant I wasn't working with one of my really close friends, Lala Anthony. Let's see. Do I hire the cosmetologist? Says Kella. I can't say your name. I'm sorry. The makeup department is run by Anita Gibson across all the shows. She's a producer on the show. And yes, she has been there since the beginning. Darren Corleone 83. Love this. Darren Corleone, love your name. Who's Mecha Chef? He's suspicious. Keep your eye on Chef. Keep your eye. Okay, December's World. Will Tariq get a car? It's so funny that this is coming up. I have to tell you guys, that line about I do so much for this family and these niggas can't even give me a ride, that is purely Michael Rainey. We did not write that. That was him. He completely improv that. So you have to give it up to that kid because he is brilliant and amazing. And again, like I've said before, Tariq is a Manhattanite. He was raised in Manhattan. Many, many, many people who grew up in Manhattan do not have cars, don't even have driver's licenses. Now, someone on here did check me and say Tommy taught him how to drive. And I wanted to say, yes, you are remembering Tommy having Tariq behind the wheel of a car. If you remember, that was quite a traumatic little conversation that they had. But we didn't actually ever dramatize Tariq getting his license. Okay. Let's see. Chevette 76 asks, is Brayden going to fuck Tariq now that he has leverage? You'll have to, wait and see. Okay. Why didn't Monet question who the new plug was? This is a really good point. Why didn't she question who the new plug was? Desperation. Okay. How long have I known that we were renewed for a season 3? C_Bloom asks. Well, we worked on season 3 in the writer's room almost all of this year. We started in May, I think. We started in June. And that writer's room is still open. I actually left and went on to do Netflix stuff. But in terms of being renewed for production, Starz likes to do it in 2 steps. So they open the writer's room and then they renew you for production. So it's actually news to be renewed for production, which we're going to go into shooting. Or I should say they're going to go into shooting. I shouldn't say we. But the writer's room has actually already been in progress. And some of the stuff that happens in season 3, I was still there for. B. Rodriguez asks, 2 words, Diana Tejada, who inspired her character? Well, I am a little sister. I was raised as a little sister, and I know how we get into all types of trouble. I know how being the only girl in a family can be very specific and how it can make you feel like you need to be seen or you need to get some attention. I think Diana has also been sidelined a lot. And I think there's something really interesting there about how she has to find her own different way into the business. And as you guys have been talking about, and it's true, her mother's really, really hard on her. And I think that's something that I was inspired by, not to say that my mom was super hard on me, but she was very, very strict. and there were ways to behave and ways not to behave. And so I kind of took that for Diana. It's very different. My mother is Alpha Kappa Alpha, Platinum Soror. There's specifics on how we're supposed to behave according to her. She's not like Monet Tejada at all, but that kind of like, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, that's definitely inspired by my own mother. What is, Ryan Milla 88 asks a great question, which is, what is Monet's biggest fear this season? Is it being caught or losing control? The thing is, for Monet, I think losing control is the scariest possible thing. She's such a vulnerable character. I know that the audience doesn't experience her that way all the time because they experience her as being so tough on those kids. But the reality is she's like that because she's afraid of losing control. She's so terrified of not being able to control her world because controlling her world keeps her kids safe. And that's really her things. Let's see. Okay. Chuki, aka Court. I love how Diana wants to go to school for accounting like Tasha. I love that you caught that. Love that you caught that. Okay. Let's see. Can Tariq get a motorcycle? No. No, I don't think we're going to do that. Let's see. Melissa Harrell Robinson, are you open to adding new up-and-coming Black female writers to the team? Well, in general, the way that I hire writers, I have hired writers for Ghost, and I'm not doing the hiring for that writer's room anymore. But when I was hiring writers for Ghost, I actually hire assistants, writers, PAs, writers' assistants, showrunners' assistants, and then who can write. So I'll read your script, etc., and then I promote from within. And I do that for two reasons. One, because there are a lot of places in traditionally, now that's changed, but traditionally people did not promote from within. So people of color would sort of stay in the assistant ranks for too long and not get promoted. So I do that differently. And also then you get the training. You get to be in the writer's room and see what's going on and hear what's going on and learn before you actually have to be on the spot. So that's why I do it that way. And always, I mean, very often, all those people are of color or women or LGBT or whatever. Let's see. Some of the questions that I get, you guys, I don't answer them because they're huge spoilers. So, oh yeah, JC on 25, you see Zora Neale Hurston in the back. I'll just move slightly so you guys can see James Baldwin. I'm facing my desk. So when I'm at my desk, these are the people that I actually look at. That's my inspiration. Got to stay in it. Let's see. D-Lynch47, will any of my questions get answered? I know I put at least 10 in the last live. Look at me, I'm answering one of your questions. Yes, one of your questions will get answered. That was an answer. Oh my goodness, Ty Jones is in the building. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. What are Tate's true and problem child ×2? What are Tate's true intentions with the professor? Come on, you know Rashad Tate. He's trying to get his. There could be multiple different things. You know, you can't become president if you don't have a wife, right? Natalia 726, who styles Mary J. Blige and this whole cast, give them a raise. Obviously, Frank L. Fleming has been with us since the beginning, since day one of Power, book one. Deshaun Burton also worked on the first 3 episodes of this season as well. Okay. Let's see. I've heard you, Vida Mac asks, have I heard you say that Tariq will have many teachers? My gut says Mecca is one of them. You're going to have to wait. Okay. Mr. J. White, will we get more backstory of how Dante appeared? He kind of just fell out of the sky. Yes, absolutely. You'll get more as the season keeps going. Okay. Why did I make Kane's character? Justin T21, how did you make Kane's character? Well, I mean, I don't think this is a secret. I'll tell you guys. Kane is a little bit modeled after Sonny Corleone. For those of you who are Godfather fans, we really wanted that energy, that kind of like hothead energy, Santino energy, definitely. And Drew has a little bit of that Michael Corleone feel as well. Nice guy Guzzo, Courtney is mad chill. I try. Not all the time. I do try. Let's see. Hi, Frank. Okay. Let's see. Avilpe 2. Why is Mecca hiding from Monet that he's a new plug? Why do you think? Why do you think he didn't just like walk up to her door and maybe just say, hey, I'm back. I know you're married, but like, I just like to reconnect. Why do you think maybe he wanted to get in another way? I mean, a lot of you guys have been around a long time. You're really hardcore Power fans. You know how my brain works, right? So what do you think he's up to? You know, I'd love for you to put that in the comments. Okay. Dwayne Hazlitt asks, how do you construct a scene in which every character is correct? Okay, so what you do is you have like both sides of a question. I will use one of my favorite scenes we've ever done. If you are not a Power Book 1 fan, you're not going to remember this. But in Power Book 1 at the end, we have this scene between Tasha and Ghost. And Tasha is saying to Ghost, you are a monster. And he's like, am I? I'm a monster, right? I didn't kill a single mother. So Cash now has no mom because of you. Are you sure I'm the one who's a monster? And basically what we do is you make sure that both people have an interesting and clean perspective that is something that people can relate. It's not that when you have a character, you don't actually need the audience to like the character. You need the audience to understand why the character behaves the way they do. And there is a distinction there. So it isn't that, like, if you agree with the character, like if Tasha is saying to Ghost, you shouldn't be cheating on me. Well, okay, no, maybe he shouldn't. But Ghost's point of view, when he says to her, did you ever love me? Did you ever love the part of me that didn't want to be in the game anymore? Even the most hardcore fans can go back to season 1 and go, wait, was she actually ever supportive of him getting out of the game? Not really. So you get to have like a full world. And I think that's true. I actually think that's true of real life. Like things aren't so simple, you know, between people. Let's see. When Tate said to Tariq, nigga, this ain't the Breakfast Club, LOL, was that improv? I think it was. I actually don't remember. I'd have to go look. I see a lot of you asking if Mecca is Kane's father. I think it's going to be very interesting when you guys find out how that resolves. Okay. Let's see. Captain's Kelvin. What is your favorite scene of all time in any of the Power shows? That is such a great question. Favorite scene of all time? I probably don't have one. My favorite episodes are 206, which is Why Her, which was written by Gary Lennon, who is now going to be the showrunner of Force, and episode 305 of season 3 of Power Book 1. Those are my favorite scenes, I think. I mean, those are my favorite episodes. But there are a lot of great scenes. I mean, I would say any scene that Anika Noni Rose was in, you know, playing jukebox. Actually, and I will say, Haley Kilgore over on Raising Kanan, like when you're watching her, I don't know if you guys are watching Raising Kanan, you should be, it's so dope, but Haley Kilgore is bringing a level of intensity and beauty to that performance also. I just love I have favorite scenes in all the shows, right? And absolutely every single one. In Ghost, I think I really like, in the pilot of Ghost, I think there's some great moments with Tariq, with the scene between Tasha and Tamika, where Tamika is figuring out that she's covering. That's pretty great. Brittany Nicole Tucker just joined you guys. That's Shell. Shell is in the building. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for saying you'll support me on Netflix. Who is that? IMG Brown. Thank you, Soror. Okay. Day Durant asks, what, out of all the characters now, who would you give a spin-off to? Which you guys, I think you already know that answer, right? Because you know it's Tate would be the next up. But if it was not Tate and I was just, gosh, who would I want to live with more? Effie, probably. I probably would want to see Effie have her own show. I think I'd love to do that. Let's see. Okay. What kind of shows are you writing for Netflix? Well, I haven't, we're just in the beginning stages, but I can tell you guys that I do want to write things with female leads. I haven't had an opportunity to write a lot of female leads, that I really want to write some stuff that's actually not about, drug dealing as much. That may come up, but I'm also interested in, not surprisingly, I'm interested in some Black joy this time around. I'm interested in doing some things that are positive, that sort of uplift us. I got told no about a lot of shows that I wanted to do that weren't about drugs, and I'd like to do some shows that are about that. The official Joe Jones Jr. asked, have we been renewed for season 3 yet? Ha! Today! So that's obviously a great answer. Which scenes, FV Nelly, Ask, which scenes did I enjoy most when writing this episode? I didn't write this episode. This was Onika Barrett and, oh my God, Kevin. I can't remember Kevin's last name right now. I will look at it. But I forgot. I don't know why I forgot. That's the tired brain. But I will say, in terms of just what I enjoyed, working on the most, I really enjoy, even though it's a high degree of difficulty, anytime we do an episode where there's an interrogation and there's cutaways during the interrogation, that's a lot of work. And that is, something that is a great challenge and I really enjoy. Okay, let's see. Will Retro Kid 9898, will Mecca be Zeke's agent on the legal side and the Tejadas connect on the criminal side? No. No, he will not. Mecca is not an agent. Okay. Oh, so trendy. What puts you in the zone to write? Sometimes I have to write. Sometimes it's like I'm up against deadline, and what puts me in the zone is, I believe we would call it dat check. But sometimes it's just I need to write. I need to pick up. And so there we go. Freddie B. Why isn't Sax dead? You guys are asking a lot of questions. Obviously, Sax still has more story to tell, and it's interesting to see him on our side. Atiana, will I ever write a script with a Latino lead? Well, we had Power Book 1. We always have Latinx characters in this show. Power Book 1, obviously, Angela was a major lead. But if you're talking about single lead, I'm sure. I'm hoping to. As long as I am in a position where I can represent that character in a way that feels strong and important and authentic and real. What I would be more likely to do is use my platform at end of episode to bring forward a really strong Latinx female showrunner or male showrunner and have them tell their story. But I'm open to all things. I just feel like when you have opportunity, you want to lift other people as well. Okay. Let's see. So interesting. Derek Studd says it's New York City. There should be Jamaicans in the show, actual Jamaicans. That is so interesting. You know our lead is Jamaican, right? Okay. Did you know? Yeah, you knew Michael Rainey's. Okay, cool. Or did you mean that we should dramatize Jamaicans? We actually never said that Ghost wasn't from the West Indies. We actually did want him to have West Indian, like a West Indian background. So that's part of the reason that he is St. Patrick, because I knew someone when I was in graduate school, and they were St. Thomas or something. They were from St. Thomas, and their last name was St. Thomas. Okay. Okay. You want me to stop answering the bogus questions? Okay. Well, what's not a bogus question? Dickie Long, am I writing on Power Book 4 Force? I'm one of the executive producers, and yes, I did work on Power Book 4 Force, season 1. I did. Bobby Robs, why is Kane using Brayden to screw over Tariq? Well, I think part of that is get Tariq where he is, where he's softest, which is Brayden, obviously. But I also think that this is a really interesting point. Kane is wising up, and you guys are going to see Kane get smarter and smarter and smarter. On this same topic, a G-Code 7 asks, how will Kane help Brayden's character development? Well, Brayden is actually going to be tested. He's actually going to see, instead of just like, oh, it's cool to be in the life, like he's actually going to come up against it. And I think that's really, really interesting. Devontae Huntley, how did stars know if people weren't watching the in-depth episode moments to cancel the whole thing? You got to ask them. Because, I was told no one's watching it. And I was like, really? Because people are telling me they're watching it. But that's okay. We're all here together. We're all good. We're here together. And this is actually, for me, more fun because you guys get to ask me questions. So I get to do that. Get Rich Trevu, does Lorenzo have other family? Yes, and you will see them. Okay. Bri Africana, is Tasha coming back? Again, because this was asked last week, I will tell you guys that Naturi is on a show called Queens, and you guys should be watching it. And she's a series regular on Queens, and I don't know if you guys know like the business or whatever, but she's a series regular on an ABC show called Queens, and Tasha is in witness protection. So I hope that answers your question. A.M. McDonald 038 asks, how does improv work? Do they not have to stick to the script? Okay, so this is our process, and it is really unique to us. So when I have a table read, I know you guys know we do table reads on our show, but the table read, the actors get the script a couple days before the table read. And then in the table read, they pitch alternate lines. That's how we do it. Okay. So that they will give a line that they've come up with that they like better than what's in the script. And if it's good and if it sounds great and it gets a laugh, we just put it in the script. We literally just go, okay, that's better. You know, I don't have an ego about that. I've been on a couple of shows that were called word for word where you had to do the script exactly. And that saves time on set, but it actually doesn't allow the actor to be part of the process. So what we do instead is we allow them to be part of the process in the table read. And then once we get to set, they are on script. But it's the script that they kind of helped write. Wow, TK the Virgo asked, why do I cast so many small-chested women? Get off my live, sir. Get off. I don't need you here. Okay. All right, let's see. Mahogany 85, why is Lauren so thirsty for Tariq? She always seeks him out. He's never chased. She's chased him down and always had an attitude. Okay, so Tariq is mysterious. Tariq has you know, secrets, and he's like kind of late to class, and he's kind of a bad boy, and you know, she's a good girl. As DMX would say, why do good girls like bad guys? Okay. Desic says, why did you decide to let Zeke drop Ramirez's card? Because we wanted Monet to get punished for not having brought Zeke along in the life, for not telling him enough. Like, she should have told him more, just like Ghost and Tasha should have told them more. I think maybe I have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder about parents lying to kids. And I know as a parent myself, I don't lie to my daughter at all, which causes conflict sometimes with other people. But I don't lie, and ever, because I want us to have that trust. And I think that's the thing, is that Monet has done a lot of lying to Zeke and not told him the truth about, you know, certain things and kept him out of certain things that she thinks she knows best. I think you guys are seeing that there are absolutely consequences to that. Enterprise J, what is one character you wish that you didn't kill off? I don't wish I didn't kill this person off, but I will say it would have been easier to attack the problem of force, which is what is that show about when you bring in Tommy and you want to give him his own full life. If Lakeisha were alive, I think that would have been an easier show to attack. That said, the show is great and it's just different because she isn't there. So it becomes a little bit more about grief, which I love. I love that show is about grief because obviously, you know, Tommy has lost Ghost. He's lost Tasha as a friend and someone that he loved. He has lost Holly and that baby. He has lost Lakeisha. As a result of losing Lakeisha, he's also lost Cash, who was going to be his stepson. And he's lost Tariq and he's lost Raina. So it's really helpful. Let's see. Black Magic 206. Why was Tariq left alone with no help? Proctor, Dre, etc. Well, why was Tariq left alone with no help? It's possible it's because he shot his father. Just saying. Underscore African breed. What is Effie's last name? Is there a reason it's not mentioned? Okay. Behind the scenes stuff. Again, when we first created Effie, this is years ago, Power Book 1, season, I think 4 or 5. You guys are the fans. You tell me because I may not remember. We didn't clear a last name because we didn't think she was going to be a major character. And to clear means a name that we can use. I think it's now Morales. I think her name is actually Josefina Morales. I think we cleared that, but we have not actually. I can't tell you that for sure. I have to look at that. I have to check. Okay. Heater Canal. Can you add Viola Davis? Absolutely. No problem. I'll just text her right now. It would be great to have to work with Viola Davis, but I don't think so. Devon Huntley is asking, it seems odd that I'm moving on at this point to do other stuff. Okay, Devontae, I will tell you one thing. Contracts end when contracts end. And so I just spent the last 2 years of my life building this universe for you guys to enjoy. I'm on to the next thing. Kevin Hines. Thank you, Monica. Kevin Hines. I'm so sorry, Kevin, if you're watching. I can't believe I forgot your last name. That is so terrible. So this episode 203 was written by Onika Barrett and Kevin Hines. Awesome. Okay. Jigga J Hood. Power needs a series down at South in ATL or Houston. That's a great idea. Let's see. Okay. Will we see Ghost return on Netflix? Oh, these shows stay on Stars. They're the property of Stars. The shows don't go with me. Okay. Anything else? Uh, Someone wrote Angie Valdez, and I don't know what that means. Okay. Just looking for any questions. Lots by Whitey. White T, I guess. Promise not to kill off Kane. I don't know. Should I promise that? I don't know, you guys. Hit the hearts if you think I should promise not to kill off Kane. Because I don't know, maybe. Let's see. Okay. Have I ever written a movie and am I open to? I would love to write a movie. That would be great. I will probably be doing that in my next gig. Johnson 07, when writing against a deadline, have you ever written a script that you didn't fully like? Yes. There have been episodes of Power where I was like, ooh, I have to turn this in, but it's not great yet. And that is the messiest thing. The best thing is to have the script done before it starts shooting, but the reality is you can keep writing until each scene is shot. So I have had episodes where I rewrote it all the way through the shooting process, which is a terrible thing to do. It's a terrible thing to do to your actors, terrible thing to do to everyone. As long as you keep like the same locations, you can actually make it work, but it's not great to do the actors. And I have done it. Yes, guilty as charged. You're supposed to be done with the script, but I didn't. Let's see. Okay. All right, let me look at more questions here. Because there's a lot of questions you guys are asking as spoilers this time. So I can't answer. Some of these questions are so good. Like some of you guys are asking questions that are so on point and that are so close to what we're doing that I'm not answering them. And I'm not ignoring them, but I'm not answering them. MJ the Juice, where's Cristobal? He's in prison. Day_Durant, would I consider giving Kane a spinoff? Kane is a pretty big part. I'm not sure that is like I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't shut it down. Cameron 5515. Can I break down the theme of the Greater Good episode? Oh yeah. Okay. So old school Inside the World where I would start talking about the theme of the episode. Okay. So the Greater Good came up because of course we're doing an ethics term for Tariq, and we do want to be able to talk about the ethics of is there an idea of the Greater Good? And of course in our society right now, we're struggling with this. When you see people who are wearing masks or not wearing masks and everyone's like, wear a mask for other people and do that for and other people are like, nah, I don't have to. It's my individuality or whatever it is. When the greater good is about, is there such a thing as an objective greater good? Is there a specific thing that is the objective greater good? We know that Tariq has never moved that way, right? We know that neither Tariq nor Ghost have ever really moved that way. Ghost had those moments because like the Queen's Child Project, you could argue was for the greater good. But that's kind of one of the themes of the overall Power universe is like, do you pick yourself or do you pick others? So in this particular case, we wanted to talk about how all of our characters are kind of splintered. And then in the opening scenes, basically, we talk about everyone working together for the greater good. And as you guys know, I usually put the actual theme of the episode in a character's mouth. In episode 3, it's in Monet's mouth. She's the one who says, yes, we're all working together. It's for the greater good. So, okay. MJ Jax, Mecca grew up in Brooklyn. Yes. Okay. Will you ever say why Tasha hated Kanan so much? People keep asking that question all the time, but remember, Kanan is the one who was, Kanan is the one who, I can't remember now. I have to get back to that question because there is an answer and I've given it before, but like my brain is it's kind of like, it's over the top. There's like a specific thing that Kanan did to Ghost back in the day. And that is why. Okay. Nico Quinn, Mecca is Lorenzo's brother and Kane's real dad. Stay tuned, Nico. Okay, let's see. Avon Walker, she be answering the same questions every week. Maybe ask me different questions. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm answering blah, blah, blah. Okay. During the original Power, didn't you say you wanted to tell the story of a teenage drug dealer? The story evolved because the studio rejected the pitch. No. Okay, let me be specific about that because that's a really good question. I wanted Tariq to be a teenager in the original Power. He was 15 in the original script. I wanted him to be selling drugs at his prep school, but we ended up casting Naturi, which meant we had to make the kids younger. And that's why we ended up hiring Michael Rainey. So the reality is, if we hadn't hired Naturi, we wouldn't have ended up hiring Michael Rainey, who was 11. We would have ended up hiring someone else. So it all worked out as it should. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. My friend Sarah Oster asks me, when you write, do you have the whole season planned, or do you do it episode by episode? We do a whole season pitch. We come up with the whole season and basically the big moves of the season all together at the beginning of the season. Like, we take 5 weeks and do that. And then we go episode by episode within that. So it's like big strokes. Then you have to pitch the sort of big strokes of the season to the network and the studio, and then you can go back. Okay. What year of college is Tariq in? Way in, way out? He is a freshman. Okay. Let's see. I should have done a drinking game of when will Tariq get a car. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Oh, someone said, in a way, you still are part of the Power Universe. Of course I'm still part of the Power Universe. I always will be. That's absolutely true. Okay. Will Paul 6, does Mecca still have secrets that we are yet to find out about? Absolutely. Those are going to keep going. Camellia XO, why does Tariq not want to expand? Is it because he wants to remain in control? Yes. I'm glad that you guys are seeing this. A lot of it about this is about control. And yes, Tariq totally is specific about needing control over everything and everybody. Have you guys noticed that Tariq lies to everybody, and then when they lie to him, he like freaks out and gets super angry? Real interesting about that. Okay. Freddie B asked, why did Zeke have that PBA card? He had it because in normal circumstances, right, if Zeke had gotten like run a red light or gotten pulled over, it would have been good to have Ramirez's PBA card, right? Ramirez was alive. Monet should have taken it from him when he died. Freddie, let's see. That's another same question. Okay. Those are a lot of really good questions. Could Tariq's love scene with Lauren come back to bite him? She's definitely sprung now. That is a very interesting question. Come back to bite him. What does that mean? Does that mean if she gets really attached to him, does that mean something bad is going to happen to him because she's really attached to him? Maybe she'll do something for him that's really going to help him. Have you thought about it that way too? I don't know. Could be any way. Simply Amazing Tay, how would Monet feel about Diana helping Lorenzo to be released early? That depends on whether or not it works. I'm not going to tell you whether it works or not. Okay. Let's see. Lib Ghost asks, what is the process of shooting a scene? What is the hardest scene you've ever shot? Oh, God. Well, there's a big difference between what's hardest emotionally and what's hardest like physically. Because sometimes like driving scenes, when you're doing like a driving rig, those can be really hard. Scenes where it's cold outside, scenes where it's windy, inclement weather can cause certain problems. Scenes that go on too long because somebody can't remember their lines, that can be really frustrating. Having to cut lines on set, knowing that it's like the scene's taking too long, all those things can be problems. But I think the hardest scene we ever shot was probably Tommy killing Holly. It was very hard to shoot. Can't ask that one. Oh, I cannot say your name. It's Tino something. Okay, but I'll do my best to answer this question. What's my favorite movie of all time? Which is a great question. And the answer is The Godfather. But second to that is Ocean's 11. So I will always be trying to write a heist movie some way, somehow. Okay. All right. I saw it. I got to do it. I'm doing it. This dude said, wait, let me find your name. Okay, wait. D1KSEA _ bring Ghost back. I promised you guys I would do it. I'm doing it. It's for bring Ghost back, everybody. There we go. Okay, he was number 25 of all the bring Ghost back. So I was like, okay, we'll do that. Whew. All right, let's see. Okay. Sean, so blessed. Does Mecca know Ghost or Tommy? Side note, love that you include Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut, I mean, I gotta shout it out, right? Does Mecca know Ghost or Tommy? That is interesting. Do you think they're the same age? I wonder about that. Okay. Will you guys ever give Tariq a break? No. Tariq has to run. Robbie Blue Music, Courtney, are you married? I am divorced. I am very, very single right now. Very, very single. You know, dating is hard. We can talk about that on another live. Let's talk about 203. Okay. All right. Then he killed Sean and corrupted Tariq, which got Raina killed. Tasha was really done all that mess that Kanan put her through. I love all of this. This is so great. You guys are so amazing. Wouldn't it be, Simply Amazing Tay, wouldn't it be a conflict of interest for Davis to represent Zeke and Lorenzo? Well, isn't that what Sax is saying to him? What are you doing, man? Like, why are you, but you guys know Davis likes money. Let's see. Was there ever any idea for Angela to go into hiding from Ghost by faking her death or anything similar to that? We had talked about whether or not Angela would agree to go into witness protection, and we decided that was probably not something that she would do because she'd have to testify against Ghost, and it just didn't feel like that was something that she would have done because she was really in love with him all the way to the end, you know? I don't know, maybe you guys feel differently. I know that a lot of people, want Angela and Ghost to still be alive. But just in terms of that particular idea of her going into witness protection or faking her own death, yeah. Oh, this is a great one. Was Charlie Murphy's character ever supposed to be in more episodes? Oh my God, that would have been great. But no, we were planning to kill him all along. That sounds horrible to say. Rest in peace. Okay, let's see. Go back to these. Okay. Did Jordan 1, can you release 2 episodes 1 week, please? No, we can't. Stars does it one at a time. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. So a lot of people are asking me, how can they send scripts and pitches to me? And I don't actually read unsolicited scripts. And I think I've said this to you guys before. That's because people sue you all the time if you read their script. And so I don't do that. The best thing for you to do is register your script with the WGA and make sure that someone knows and that you can prove that that's your script. But no, I don't actually. And if you can send it through an agency to end of episode, generally speaking, someone on my staff can read scripts. I don't read scripts directly, and I certainly never read anything that is DM'd to me. Asvalda, JDSA19 asks, are we going to get more screen time with Diana and Reek? Yes. Certified Phantom, can you bring back Jason Mitchich? No, he's dead. Oh my goodness. Hello, my kids. Chris Lofton is in the building. Alex Lepre is in the building. Alex, did you hear they asked me who I would give a spinoff to? And I said Effie. So, we need to talk about that at some point. Okay. Let's see. Kane won't like that Mecca played him to get to Monet. How does he think this will work? Ooh, that's such a good question, She Loves Bennett. When Kane finds out that Mecca has been playing with him this whole time, what do you guys think he's going to do? What is Kane going to do when he finds out that Mecca has been doing this? And just curious, do you think that he'll do it by himself? Do you think he'll need help? Do you think he'll get away with it? Do you think that Kane actually could in some way harm Mecca? Or do you think Mecca would harm Kane? Okay. Goodness gracious. Who is my favorite writer? James Baldwin. No offense to Zora Neale Hurston. She's also up there. But I would say James Baldwin is my favorite writer. Absolutely, And in terms of my favorite television writer, I mean, obviously, they're the greats, right? There's David Kelly and there's Aaron Sorkin, and there are all these like straight white dudes who got all the shots. So they're amazing writers. I love Tom Fontana. Brendan, hi Brendan, it was tequila. You all know me, it's tequila, it's always tequila. But I will say that Sasha Penn, who is the showrunner of Raising Kanan, is one of my favorite television writers of all time. I also really love Randy Huggins' writing, and I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. He's just so talented. I could go on and on and on. Gabby, Monica, Sophia, tons of people that I've worked with. Brett is amazing, who's going to be running Ghost, but those are like all my personal friends. But out there in the world, Kenya, Prentice, you know what I mean? Like there's so many people who are such great writers. out there. Tracy Oliver. I mean, I could just talk and talk and talk, but you guys get what I'm saying. There's a lot of really great writers out there. And there are some writers that people love that I'm always like, but they don't put any people of color in their shows though. So, no. Daily 48, will Braden's loyalty get him hurt? Being loyal to the St. Patrick's does what to your life? Have we already talked about this? I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. Let's see. If I had to pick one dead character from the original Power to join book 2, who would it be? That's an easy question. Ghost. That would be who I would want to be back on the show. That would be amazing. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Sometimes when people make predictions, I want to like bet them. I don't know why I want to do that because obviously, you know, we're not going to exchange money. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a great way to end. I'm going to end. The Tejadas are not Cuban, Cinema Gorilla. The Tejadas are Puerto Rican. Okay. Yes, I see there's a lot of debates, but yeah. Okay. All right. So let me just make sure there are no questions here that I really, really need to. Oh, why are all the characters such control freaks? Kamal asks, because I am. Method Man is great on the show. He's amazing. He's also, can I just tell you guys, Method Man is like the most amazing human being. He comes on set with incredible energy. He's really great to the crew. He's got wonderful work ethic and he's a tremendous actor and he looks great in a suit. Like what more can we say? Let's see. All right. Okay. Are there any other questions that I need to answer? 6 grams. Why is Tariq trying so hard to get Yaz back? When Yaz being safe with another family would be good for her. This is a great question. Okay, I'm going to answer this. A lot of people say to me, why doesn't Tariq feel guilty about killing his dad? And I think it's so funny that it's like, it's not a direct relationship in terms of that. But Tariq has already lost Raina, right? Which is his fault and he knows it, right? He's already sent Tasha away, which is what? His fault and he knows it, right? So what is the thing that he can hold on to, that he can desperately rewrite the history of him destroying his family? Yes, that's who he can save. So it's really about that. It's really about all that guilt. So when people are always asking like, oh, why isn't he sad about killing his father? Of course he's sad about killing his father. You guys, you know that, and you see that from episode 201 on. But he also really, really needs to save Yaz in order to make himself whole again. All right, and then this will be the last question that oh my goodness, that's a great pitch, December's World. Davis needs a spinoff. I would love to see his other cases. You mean a Better Call Saul starring Method Man? I'm in. I'm down with it. Hint, hint, stars. Okay, I'm going to end with this. What do I do when I'm struggling with writer's block? I write something else. That's what I do. Honestly, I stop writing the thing I'm supposed to be writing and I write like a short story or I write dialogue for another play or I do something that takes me away from the thing that I'm supposed to be writing. Because usually what's happening is I'm going, I'm never going to make this work. I'm going to fail. I do that still, you guys. I'm been very, very lucky to be so successful at writing and doing the thing that I want to do, but I still doubt myself. It's still difficult every single time. And so sometimes I just have to pick up my pen and like write like a children's story or something just to make it work. All right, well, I'm going to go. And it's been lovely to see you all and spend this time with you. I will see you, I think, next week. And just send in more questions. Thank you so much. By the way, thank you for our season 3 pickup. It's because of you guys that we get to stay on the air. All right. Bye. Good night.
PlaceTheBest.com, guys. Are you tired of crapping out on sites like Fanduel and Draftkings? Go to PlaceTheBest.com, set your fantasy lineup, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. They got them all. They'll set your lineup. 30 days is only $1. You can go, you can sign up right now. That 30 days is only $1. PlaceTheBets.com and get that Skrilla. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/AkariPress, or just type in Akari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.